Starting a business is so simple that literally almost anyone can do it. The only problem is a lot of people get stuck in the first initial steps. But by following these steps, you will have your business up running within a day. First, let's cover what a business actually is. A business isn't this huge corporation with legal documents or a huge office or 100 employees. A business is simply a person or a team offering a service or product in exchange for money. And it's no more complicated than that, at least not in the initial stages. This is exactly how I started my business, LoveFace, and countless other businesses, at least startups that I'm working on currently. And I'm very confident that if I could do it, then essentially anyone could do it by just following these 6 simple steps. Number 1 is identifying a problem. Number 2 is creating a solution for the problem. Number 3, once you have found your market, you need to get a name for your business. Number 4, when you have a name, it's time to buy a domain and get yourself an email. Number 5, while not critical and not a deal breaker, get a website. I will show you exactly how to do all of this step by step in the next scene. And finally, number 6 is to actually start promoting and selling your service or product to real people or real businesses. This is what actually gets business through the door and helps you actually earn money on the solution that you're providing. Let's start with step number 1, finding a problem. You want to be able to figure out what people are struggling with. Imagine yourself having 500,000 in your pocket as a business, and you have a problem or issue that's leaking about 15,000 every single month. How much would you be willing to actually pay for someone to come and fix that problem? Put yourself in that situation and try to figure out what is people actually struggling with, either people, brands, companies, whatever it is. Try to figure out where you can actually apply a service that's so valuable that someone is willing to give you money for it. So we need to find a problem. How do we actually do this in practice? What you can do is you can pull up any single piece of paper and a pen, or you can also open a tool called Miro, and you can just start brainstorm. Just go on Instagram, you will surely find a lot of content creators. We can just choose that as an example. So you can write up content creators. Now, what kind of issues or pain points does a content creator have? Go through the life of a content creator. They have to record the actual video, then they have to edit it, they have to QA it, and then they have to publish it. Before they actually record it, they have to make a script. So we already have a couple of pain points there. We have editing, we of course have storyboarding, and we also have something called scripting, which is just writing up a script for the video. Now we already have 3 different pain points for our target group, which is content creators, and looks like we've found ourselves a market. Now that we found a demand, we move into step 2, which is finding the solution. Now this part is a bit tricky for lazy people because it requires you to possess a skill. Let's take web design as an example. Okay, you've now landed a client for your web design service. You have to understand what this actually means. This means that the client will have expectations on you to actually provide the service. And of course, a lot of things are learned on the way. I learned thanks to working with clients and going through a lot of issues and a lot of headaches. Okay, so in the step before, the first step where we found a problem, we analyzed and saw that content creators, some of the issues they have is editing, storyboarding, stuff that you can expect a content creator to have. So let's say that we take one of those pain points and make a service out of it. So let's say that we take the editing. So in our brainstorm, we could just writing editing. And we want to figure out now, what do we actually do? What kind of editing? Is it a long form editing? Is it movies? Is it YouTube videos, Instagram shorts, TikToks? Try to figure out what kind of editing. Of course, content creators on Instagram and TikTok today, they go very heavy on short form content. So short form content, we're just trying to figure out exactly what we can offer our prospects. So editing, of course, we have to have good editing style. We need to figure out what is our style of editing. This will attract a lot of clients. So we now recognize that editing is in a high demand for content creators. This is a service that we can provide for money. We have found our a problem. We have found our solution. It's time to give our business a name. Now, the name is not a deal breaker, but it's important. We do not want to drag out the naming process more than 2 days. Remember, you're not starting a business to have a cool name. You're starting a business to make a living. Try to keep it short, sweet, easy to pronounce, and it can either be abstract or descriptive. Now, if you have issues with coming up with a good name for your business, this is a solid process if you just want to get going with your naming. First off, hop over to ChatGPT. We can add a example prompt here, I've already written up one. So I'm launching a video editing business. Give me 10 name suggestions. And we hit send message. Now what ChatGPT would do, it would just spit out a couple of different suggestions of names for this business. So since it already knows that I run a marketing agency, a workflow agency, this is why it mentions that. Under here, you can see it just throwing out a couple of different really good names. Now, I really like this one, number 6, Loud Visuals. What we can do is we grab this name, so just copy the name here, and then we jump over to a tool called Name Checker. Now, Name Checker is a tool that actually just sees if the name is available. So we paste our name into here, hit search, and it will actually start checking all of the different places for us to see if this name is available. Now, if this name is available, just grab it and run with it. If it's not, try until you find a name that you can put through Name Checker just to see that the availability is there. Number 4, now that we have a name, is to actually get a domain and also email that goes with it, just so everything looks professional. All of this is under the same package, and it's very simple to do over Google Domains. That's where I have all of my domains and also email inboxes. You start off by going to Google Domains. In here, it will look different for you. I'm logged in, so it might look different for you. But what you want to do is go to get a new domain. You hit the search bar. And since we found a good name from the previous step, we found Loud Visuals. This is a name that we like. We want to find a good domain for it. So let's hit enter. Now Google will show you if something is not available, and we can see that .com is not. .net, .org, .info, .store is, and we have a lot of options here to choose from. But just for the tutorial, let's click on .us, add it to your cart, and up here you can see that we have the domain added. What we want to do is we want to change this to Business Starter. This is the cheapest option. This will give you the domain name, but also the email that goes with it. You can see down here, we will have our name at loudvisuals.us. We also click in this just to actually get the workspace and the custom domain with it. Now down below, you will have to add your details. So it's first and last name, but also the actual name that you want to have connected to your email. And then you just simply check out and you will have your domain and email all set up. Step number 5, let's set up our website. Now, this is not the most critical part of actually launching your business, but let me tell you, in 2023, having a good website will help you tremendously in actually getting clients. Imagine yourself buying a service. You will probably first want to check out someone's website, see if they're actually legitimate. And if not, you will probably opt to not buy from them. If they have a good website, you will probably feel a lot more safe and secure in their hand. Now, the tool we're going to use to build and launch our website is a tool called Webflow. Now, for you who don't know, I run one of the biggest Webflow agencies. We have been a Webflow partner since 2020, and we're working with some of the greatest clients like Radisson Hotels, Montblanc. I have been very fortunate with being able to work with these great companies, and we're continuously launching really amazing projects. But what I want to show you is there's also a simpler way of you launching your website using templates. And all you have to do is go to webflow.com, create an account. Once you've created an account, you will be able to go to a dashboard. Now, there will be a tab where you can simply just go to template. And in here, you'll be able to find any kind of template that you might want to use. For us, we perhaps want to go with a portfolio. So in here, you'll find a lot of great templates. Now, we found a couple of templates here. All you have to do is just type in free, search, and a couple of free templates will show up. What we'll do is we will simply just choose this template right here called Momentum. We click on it, use it for free, and Webflow will now set up a project or a website using this, and boom, we are now in our template. All we have to do is just edit things around. I know that Webflow can look a bit scary for new users, but just follow my lead. So if you want to edit text, all you can do is double click on any text on the site and start writing. So Loud Visuals video editing, the best video editing world. Cool. And you do this for all the different texts on here. And of course, you can also edit images. So you just click on it, replace image, and you'll have a couple of different options here that's already preloaded. But of course, you can also upload your own by clicking on this button here. And you just go through the entire page, making sure that you have everything written in with your own copywriting, with your own images, and your own information. Of course, a website can be a complex project. What we want to do now is just keep it simple. When you're ready to launch your website, you can either just click on the publish button up here and you will be able to launch it to a staging domain. The difference between a production domain and a staging domain is that this one has webflow.io. In the production domain, you can add your own custom one, which for us would be Loud Visuals US. I will show you exactly how you can do that. If you want to connect your own domain, hop over to this icon here, go to site settings, and in here you will have a tab called publishing. Now, in here you will have a tutorial on how to actually get this up and running on your own domain. And since we're using Google Domains, this process is very simple. When you have done that, you hop up, click Save Changes, and Publish. Now, if you want to know exactly what the costs are of running a Webflow, a page or website, all you have to do is go over to plans. Here you will have a couple of pricing options. Now for you, it will be this one, a basic. You do not need any more than this. It will be $14 a month. Or if you choose monthly billing, it will be $18 a month. Trust me, with some effort, you will have an incredible website to run your business. Final step is to actually start promoting our business, start promoting our services. And this is the key of any business. And this is what you have to work on day to day. And you will figure out how hard it actually is to get clients to the door. It's not just to post your website and your social media and just expecting the clients to just come in. You have to relentlessly go after them. You can do this by writing to people on Instagram DMs, sending cold emails, picking up the phone and just calling people, writing to people on LinkedIn. But if we're talking in the sense of video editing, short form content for content creators, what you can do is find a couple of content creators and just start blasting DMs and just write them really good offers and pitches. I recommend starting off by just saying, hey, I'm just starting out, but I know I'm really good at editing. Let me do a couple of videos for free for you. And if you like it, I can start charging you. And we can find a model where I get compensated. And you just grow this. So you do that for about 4 people, 5 people. The next 5 people that you take on, you can charge them, figure out your own path. But selling will always be the #1 priority for any business owner. Now that we have gone through the 6 steps of launching your business, there are a couple of things that you have to think about. #1 being money. All of this are mostly free except for buying the domain and also buying a plan on Webflow. But luckily they are not expensive. But you should be prepared there is some money that will need to be invested just to get you a really good start when launching your business. Second one is time. Learning a skill will require time and effort. We talked about video editing, and video editing is not an easy thing. Of course, if you want to trade money for something, that something has to be worth the equal amount to the money that you're receiving. But it is crucial. You will not get anywhere without actually learning a skill when launching your business. The last one is pain. Running a business is painful. Running a business is not just launching an account, launching a website, and just money pouring into your pocket. Running a business is painful, and it will take a long time before you actually start seeing results. Just like working out will take some time before you actually see results popping up because it has this lagging effect. As long as you're doing the right things, you're posting on social media, you're doing a lot of selling and outreach, and you're just keeping active by sharpening your skills, delivering good work, this will accumulate over time, and one day you will see the results popping up. But be aware that this entire journey will be very painful, and there's just a handful of people that can manage it. Take this video just as a crash course on how to get your business up and running. If you found any value in this video or learned anything new, the only way for me to know that is if you show some love by liking, subscribing, or leaving a comment, and just popping into the next video and see what's new there. Thank you so much for sticking by. See you in the next one.